welcome to another edition of Carpool Reactions. I'm JD.
You eyeball me again, I'll snatch it out and put it in East Coast cookie bag.
And as you can see, I've got Grant from Unleash the Archers with me, who clearly spends more on hair products than I do. You can catch Grant on social media, on Discord, and on Twitch. And Grant, if you want to tell us real quick what you're going to be doing later on today.
Well, later on today is a very special stream, a one-of-a-kind, all brought to you by the amazing support from the Twitch community. And well, actually, let me show you some examples of like part of the costume. We'll see if you guys can piece it together before I give you the full meal deal. But we've got some pink tassels. We've got some green tassels. I think there's an orange one here too. It's all getting put together for an Ultimate Warrior ultimate workout shred session live on Twitch. Yeah, as late as it goes, we'll see. I've got the whole rest of the day set out for it. I was going to get a spray tan, but I'm going camping this weekend with the kids, and I didn't want to be orange for 7 days. So I've got like a bronzer spray that I'm gonna try out, so I don't look like, you know, I'm from Canada. For those of you who don't know, so we don't get a lot of sun. I'm pretty pale. I'm not wearing that, you know, wearing the little trunks, and that is pretty revealing of my whiteness.
The fact that you have time to, I don't know how you find the time to do all of this stuff. You and the others as well. I mean, thank you, number one, for everything you do for us. But again, if you're not following Grant on Twitch, what are you doing with your life? Get on there. The community loves him. It's a great community. You do so much. You don't just get on there and play. You get on there and you do reaction videos, ironically, and you play games. You have other people on as well. I mean, it's a whole just massive things that you accomplish week after week after week, and I do not know how you find the time.
You know, I'm surprised myself too. Yeah, I don't have a solid answer for that. It's just I just got to get it done. You know, I think anybody can make an excuse to not have enough time to do anything, right? And it's like that's not really the excuse. It's not a valid reason, because we all have the same amount of time. Some people get more things done in that time, some people get less. So, you know, it's just I'm very committed, and like, you know, when I say I'm gonna do something, like I do it. So it's a blessing and a curse when you're always hanging out online. You're always saying things, you're like, oh, okay, now I gotta do it, you know, whether you're tired or not. Like, I am tired as hell today, you know, and I would much rather to not do it, in a sense. But, you know, I know, just like performing live too, a lot of the times you're going to play and like you're tired, but as soon as you actually start doing it, something happens to you, whether it be adrenaline or, you know, whatever it is, you know, you find the energy. The tough part is just like getting to the starting line. If you can just get there and start, then you'll find a way to make it through.
Speaking of which, thank you for taking the time to do this with me today. We're coming to the end of Carpool Reactions, and it just seems right to interview my favorite band that I found along the way. So it's been a heck of a journey. We just do not have the time for it anymore. So, you know, this is going to be a nice little send off. So thank you for doing this, and you know, just again, thank you for everything you do. Let's get to it.
Thank you for everything you did, because you know, I don't think we would be as close of friends if you didn't do Carpool Reactions. You know, as soon as you came online, as soon as we met in person, it was like, oh man, that's Jay. Like, I already knew you. We already like have that bond, and thank you for helping expose our band to more people.
Oh man, it was a journey, and it was an absolute pleasure. What kind of questions do you think I'm going to ask you today?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm
not going to ask anything about music. I'm not going to ask you how you got started or none of that boring stuff. I want to know, if you were a superhero, what's your power? What's Grant's
my power? Well, I always say like my non-superhero power is being able to look at like the positive aspect of anything, but that's not really a cool superhero power. I would, if I was a superhero and I had to like choose a power, it would maybe be to be able to like infiltrate other people's minds to make them feel better, right? When they're they're feeling down or like can't believe in themselves or something like that. I think that might be the kind of more less real life.
I need you at work. Can you come help me at work? Because that would be a gift if I could just instill some positivity in some people. You know what? That speaks a lot.
I think we're kind of doing that when you're lurking on the stream, because that's half of my intention of streaming and things like that, right? So
yeah,
that's something I try to do, without actually having the full on superpower.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, you guys, and just you and the others, whether you're performing, writing, whether you're streaming live, whatever it is, you guys put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces. And after the past couple of years, we need them. We need them.
Damn right.
So,
damn right. Yeah, that's beautiful to hear.
You've already got that power, my friend. So pick something else.
I'm going for flight then. I'm going for flight.
There you go. Take the easy way out. Flying.
Wouldn't that be sweet to just be able to fly anywhere you want?
I was just thinking you could just gone. Gone.
Oh, it might not be. You might have to sort out some sort of border legal issues, flying it other, so you don't get taken down mid-flight. Yeah. Damn, now we got a UFO.
Grant, tell me this: if aliens landed tomorrow and told you they have no concept of music whatsoever, where they come from, what is the first song you're gonna play for their asses?
I would. That's a good question. That's a really good question. First song that comes to mind would be "Your Song" by Elton John.
Oh wow. Okay, now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head. Why that one? Why that one? Again, these are aliens that have no concept of music.
I think it's a beautiful song, beautiful melody. Plus, I don't know if they would speak English or not, so I don't know if they would understand the lyrics. But I don't know, man. Elton John is one of my favorite artists. I think he's one of the best songwriters out there. And you could be like, oh, I'm gonna throw him some some real heavy metal or something like that. But you wanna ease them into it, That's just piano and vocals, Keep it basic. A nice introduction.
That is Elton John's "Carry the Flame" is what that is. That's just a feel-good song. You know what? That's no surprise that you picked that one. So yeah, okay. I like it. Now, if you could instantly snap your fingers and become an expert in something, anything, what would it be? Anything.
Well, man, music would be the most useful thing for me. If I could just be an expert, like
you already are.
No way, dude, not even close. Either that, or if not music, right? Let's just pick a different field. It would probably be like astrophysics or like something like that.
Why?
Where you can understand more understand the nature of the universe, right? So I like being passionate about things that really have no ceiling to it. It's not like, okay, I've become the best musician I could ever be. Time to just like hang up the guitar and we're good. Same thing with science and seeking truth and the natures of the universe. And like, that is endless. We're never going to know everything. Right. So if I could be an expert in that, that would be like, you still wouldn't know everything, but I like learning. It came at a very later age in my life. I didn't really like it so much in high school, right? But learning for just the sake of learning for the fun of it is something that I've grown into later on in life.
Who does like learning in high school? Nah, man, we got guitars to play and balls to throw. You know what I mean? No, we got. So I completely get that.
They don't make it very interesting either in high school. It's like you don't know why you're learning this stuff. You're like, because you, in your mind, you're like, I'm never gonna use this in my life, you know. So there's no connection to how it's gonna be practically used.
How
So
many
you're
times
like
did you
this.
say that? When am I going
Uh,
to use this?
oh, dude, I think that's the theme of public school. But you
I
know, the
get
thing,
that.
I think the most important thing about public school is not about what you learn, but it's about like creating a discipline of you know, committing to something and seeing it through, and building like the habits of learning and you know, I mean, it's like that double edged sword. Yeah, sure. Like public school is maybe not the greatest, but it's better than nothing.
I concur, and I completely get that because I'm the same way. Now it's like, you know what? I like learning this stuff. I like. If only
Yeah.
I'd have had that mindset back in high school. But yeah, you know, you grow into it, like you said.
Yeah, it's tough as a teenager. You know, that's not what you're really. Most people, I would say, are focused on. You know,
I
they just want to be a
concur.
kid and have a good time.
Yep. What is what is your prized possession? Like the house is on fire. People are safe, animals are safe. You get the chance to save one thing. What is your
Would probably have to
prized
be
possession?
probably have to be one of my guitars. Which one would be like asking me to choose which children to save?
Oh wow.
But I would just like grab as many of them as I could.
Nope, you only get one.
Only get one.
You get one. What's your prized possession? Oh, you have it right there.
Oh, of course. So
Okay.
I would probably pick my newest RGD 7 string Ibanez, titled Boba Fret.
I like it.
If I had to pick one, I would probably pick this guy.
Nice. Speaking of picking something, didn't get it. You- on the Discord, there is the food that is cursed, food that is not cursed. For those of y'all, please come in and introduce yourselves. They got such a great community going on in there. So if you had to pick one food to eat for the rest of your life, what is it?
Not like a meal, but like one.
One food.
Jeez. What has all protein, carbs, and fat is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, wow, you
Because
really are going to work out.
You know, I eat more for function than taste, to be honest. And
You and I are more alike than I thought. My wife
Yeah.
hates my palate. Hates it.
yeah, I don't really care what I eat as long as I'm getting in good nutrition. Dude, one food. I don't think anything has all three.
Mm-mm.
Maybe, yeah. So you kind of lose no matter what. So I might as well pick something that is like that I'm going to enjoy. Man, I might have to go. I don't know if I'd get tired of it. I think anything you'd get tired of. I might have to go with like barbecue chicken.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it. I was gonna say, okay, let's say you got to go on tour and you can only pack one food. What's it gonna be? So barbecue chicken for the tour.
Yeah, or I could like a protein shake, or like just like chocolate milk. If I could just live off of chocolate milk, then we'd be good.
That works. Speaking of eating, because I'm thinking of more little thought-provoking questions to ask here. Okay, so if you could have dinner with two famous people, past or present, who would they be? Yeah, you were expecting music stuff.
No, I really enjoy these questions. I really enjoy these questions, for sure. You know what? They would have to probably be people that have influenced me in my life. One of them is alive. One of them has more recently passed. They're not musicians. They're just kind of successful people who wrote books. Both were kind of in the motivational speaker type realm. One was a little bit more spiritual. The other one was more practical. about how the brain works and our emotions. So one of them would be Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was originally a family counselor, turned motivational speaker, turned author. Rest in peace. I've read many of his books. His teachings have completely changed the way I look at life and experience life. And the other one would be Tony Robbins, who has done exactly the same thing. Started out as, he hates the word motivational speaker, right? But it's essentially what he was, running seminars, helping people improve their life, and has now become a very successful businessman, right? So those two, man, if I could sit down and be, I would be inspired for a lifetime sitting down with those two.
So getting the most out of it, and you probably wouldn't be saying much either. You'd be wanting them to.
Dude, I would be a sponge.
Mm-hmm. I
I'll try to challenge. I'll try to challenge them a little bit, and as a good fun,
I like the way you think. Now, we all, every one of us lives on these things, right? Nowadays. What if someone told you could only have 3 apps on your phone? Which 3 are they? That's it. 3 apps.
3 apps.
Mm-hmm.
One of them would probably have to be Spotify, as as bad as some of that is. Spotify, probably WhatsApp, because that's how I talk to a lot of people. Facebook, I can live without 100%. Instagram is kind of handy, right, for staying in touch with everybody. Twitch, I could do all that from my computer. I don't need to be watching on my phone, right? So
yeah, I do.
yeah, I mean, but the ones that I couldn't live without would be WhatsApp, Spotify, and probably my banking app.
Okay, there you go. Or if you wanted to cheat, you could say either Safari for an iPhone or Google Chrome for Android, because you can pull up everything in tabs.
Yeah, true.
If you wanted to cheat.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's other than that, man, like there's not a lot that it's inevitable, of course. I'm not gonna say I don't sit here and scroll on my phone, because that would be lying. But if I didn't have Instagram, if I didn't have Twitch on there, I would probably be way more productive. So I should probably get rid of those. Just keep the ones that are actual tools.
Okay. Remember back in the day when the Dewey Decimal System was our Google? Where you had to go to a library and actually look stuff up back in the day. I sound old, but yeah, I cannot get over how just the vast of knowledge, just right here.
Yeah,
I need to know something. Pick it up.
You don't see many encyclopedia collections in houses anymore.
No, but you used to. That was your Google.
Yeah.
And Britannica it. Now it's Google it.
Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about having like a hardcover book with information in it, though. I still love books. I've never quite adopted like the Kindle or like reading on a phone. I love like paper books, just like people like physical music still.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends what era you kind of grew up in, what you gravitate towards.
Yeah, because I tried that once. I tried getting the Marvel subscription on my tablet, and I could read the comics and stuff. No, it's not this. I just pick up I love flipping through the books and looking at the artwork and everything. It's not the same.
Especially the artwork. Like, you need that in paper form.
Are we ever gonna get a graphic novel about Apex and Abyss?
I hope so. Yeah, I think that's the ultimate plan.
I mean, that is a crying shame that ain't happened yet.
Yeah, it's a big project. It's a big project to get that done without like hiring a team to just take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it is going to be done.
Yay!
When nobody fully knows, but
Such
the
a good
gears are in
story.
motion. The gears are in motion. Yeah. Oh, it's a great story. Yeah, Brittany did a phenomenal job, and unfortunately, a lot of that falls on her because it's her story. Like nobody can write it for her.
Mhm.
And she can only just do so much in 1 year, and she does a lot already. So
Yeah.
it's on there. It's on the list. It's on the list. We've got a few other projects we're wrapping up right now.
Okay.
That aren't announced, so I can't really mention them yet. But that, and then as well as the new album that we're working on, that she's
You
writing the whole
guys
story for.
set the bar like sky high, and that's your own damn fault. It's your own
Yeah,
damn fault.
yeah. That's a pill we have to swallow.
I was so thrilled, man, when I heard Apex. I mean, I was blown away, and then I didn't know what to expect with Abyss, and then just it was sounded completely different, but it worked so well. And then yeah, you guys, this whatever this next one is, yeah, the bar is like through the roof.
Yeah. That's the thing with bands, man. Like, and releasing, not even just bands, but releasing content is that you're always held up to your best work. So if what you put out more recently is not as good as it's gonna come up short. It's gonna be like, well, it's good, but it's not as good as like their peak. And every band, every artist has a peak era, a peak product. If you look at any band, you look at it, and yeah, some of it is subjective, but so I always found that you just have to top yourself just a little bit every time, so that you don't set the bar way too high. So it's like the slow climb. It's tough. I've seen it from many different artists where they come out with the most amazing debut album and they just can't ever live up to it. Right. It's just like, it's so good. It's unbelievably good. And then from then on, you just have to keep on putting out better and better albums, which is really tough.
Yeah.
So it's about that like slow incremental improvements.
I would say that's the perfect slope to try to get on. Is that because you're right. A lot of bands were what I call victims of their own first album. I mean, where it's just slammed, and then the next one came out, and they were like, below subpar, and then the next, it's never could catch that fire they had with the first one. Thankfully, that's not you guys. And I don't know how you guys, you, Brittany, Andy, Nick, I did not know how you guys find the time to do everything. So again, thank you for that. I got just a couple more questions for you. Here's a tough one. If you could get away with any crime, what would it be? Get off scot-free.
Oh man, probably robbing a bank. Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Why? Because it wouldn't violate like anybody's rights necessarily. I wouldn't be hurting anybody. It would, I think there's insurance and stuff like that for people's money if they get robbed. Like, so people aren't actually going to lose their money. It's just the bank that, they could take the hits, if you're going to do anything like that. And plus, who doesn't need millions and billions of dollars? I could put that to really good use and help out a lot of people, help out my family. So
there it is. I was waiting for the Robin Hood part.
No, I'm buying an island and not seeing anybody else again.
It's like,
yeah.
If you had a time machine and only enough juice for one round trip, do you go back in time or do you go into the future?
Ooh. That is a tough question. That is a really tough question.
You thought I was going to make it easy on you?
Dude, I love it. These are really good questions. And a round trip, so you can come back, right?
You can come back. Yeah, you can go back in time and come back, or you can go back into the future and come back. That's it.
You know what? I would probably have to say going into the future because the obvious is that we already know what's happened, unless the not to give two answers here, but the only like optional reason I would go back in time would be to like the dinosaur era or something like really prehistoric, right? But I'm gonna not say that, and I'm gonna say into the future because I don't know, man. I think knowing where society is going would give a lot of power to the present day. If I and who knows, there's that like conundrum of Back to the Future, where if you find out what happened in the future and you come back and you try to change something to fix that, does it create like an alternate reality or something like that? But I think no, just like why same answer why I want to be astrophysicist or something like that. It's like knowing more about the world around us. You'd find out about new technology that was possible. Obviously, you could check out lottery numbers and then come back and be rich.
I'm waiting for that one.
I mean, that's a no-brainer, but just kind of, and seeing what kind of problems the world has faced, and you could be like a prophet coming back and like, oh, I've seen some stuff and some things, man. I wouldn't recommend it.
So what if it was 2018 and you took a trip to 2020? What would you feel like coming back?
I think I would bump the dial a few more years ahead in the future. And what I feel like coming back? Oh man, well, I don't know if much would really change, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we'd say maybe we wouldn't have gone on that Dragon Force tour that only got 5 dates into it, and then we got canceled, had to fly back.
I came this close to getting on the plane for Chicago, March 14th.
Oh shit!
I remember the day. I came this
after.
Close. Y'all just canceled Minneapolis the night before. Y'all had St. Louis that night. I was going to Chicago the 15th, and I came this close to getting on the plane.
Dang!
Because we didn't know yet. We didn't know what was going to happen.
And the airports are crazy that day. I think we flew the 13th or 14th, and then like the day after, everything was just insanity. So crazy. I probably wouldn't have gone on that tour, but other than that, I don't think much would have changed. I would have still said let's put out the album mid-pandemic because that still worked out well.
That was a gift. Oh my gosh. That was, y'all, again, I can't praise that album enough, but thank you so much for that.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was 100% the right time to put it out. I think everybody needed it. Everyone was at home. Everyone was, stuck with their thoughts with nothing to do. And who doesn't need a lift up new music? It gave us something to do during the pandemic as well, other than just sitting there with our thumbs up our ass waiting for the world to get back to normal. We're still relevant. And, luckily that was the case. Luckily we had an album ready to go, and that really carried us through the pandemic because we couldn't tour and we couldn't do a lot of things. So
you guys really, they came along at the right time. It really did. So,
and then after that, like this year, 2021, so many albums are coming out now because everybody was at home writing and putting and recording music. That the competition between all the albums, like we had like little to no competition. Nobody was releasing albums there, so it was like we were easy to get pushed to the front of everything. Now it's like, whew, I feel bad for everyone putting out an album right now having to, make those album of the year lists.
Yeah, it's oversaturated now because, you're right. Y'all's perfect timing. I got one last question, and it kind of goes along the music thing. If you knew you were going to go deaf in 5 minutes, what's the last song you ever want to hear?
Oh, no.
Like you're gonna go deaf. It's gonna be stuck in your head for all eternity.
Dude, I'm going, it's the same answer as what we're giving the aliens.
Elton John?
Yeah, Elton John, your song, man. That's my send off. Yeah. Yeah, easy because it's not like a song that's just stuck in your head and you're like, get out of my head. It's not even really a song that really gets stuck in your head because it's more soulful than just poppy and catchy.
I love it.
And it's one of my favorite songs, man. So
I can tell.
Yeah.
I lied. I do got one last one before we sign off.
I knew it.
It's the most important question the world has to know. What's the right way to eat Oreo? There's so many ways. Which one's right?
Well, I can't say which one is right, but I can say which way I would do it. And you got to have milk, obviously. So you take off the top with a spin. Try to keep no icing on there. Then you dip that, you eat it, and then you can lick the icing off of the remainder of the cookie, and then you get to dip again with the last piece.
Advice to everyone right there. There you go. It's sealed. That's the right way to do it. Grant, thank you so much for taking the time to join me here, and we're going to send off Carpool Reactions the right way, and I really appreciate you being a part of that. It means a lot to me, so thank you.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure. It's bittersweet, man. It's tough to see it ending, but a lot of great things came out of it, obviously. So
we had a lot of fun. Thank you. And I will see you on Twitch again. If you're not checking Grant out on Twitch or Instagram, all the links are up there. Check them out. And I'm gonna go ahead and sign off by saying, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and always be yourself because everybody else is already taken.
Don't be a knife.